Like I say, you can always take notes on paper. You can take notes in Teams. You can just rely on the fact that the PowerPoint is going to be posted in Teams to just kind of freshen up on things. We'll probably do a little bit of review of this, like we do whenever we learn new things. So basically, we're at the point where it's time for production. If you were in Hollywood, if you wrote a screenplay and it was picked up and the director had already storyboarded the film, it's like time to begin production. We're out of pre-production. It's time to start shooting it. One thing that we need to do is make a plan. And if you printed out your screenplays, which I'm assuming most of us did not do because we had it on our computer and we don't want to waste paper and ink. But if we were in class and we had like our screenplay next to us and our storyboard next to us, basically what you would do is, when you're storyboarding, you kind of make a little tick. Okay, this section here is represented by panel 1, and this section here is panel 2, and this block of dialogue here is in panel 6, and this action and this dialogue is in panel 7. And that's kind of how you kind of combine the two, kind of how you have a connection between the two. And when you look at that, you can start to see like if it makes more sense to shoot your movie out of order. For instance, if you were making a movie at school and you have like the beginning scene and the closing scene out at the baseball fields, and then you have a scene in the middle at house 1, to like walk all the way to the baseball fields and then walk to house 1 and then walk all the way back to the baseball fields. That's at least like 15 to 20 minutes of walking. That's just a waste of time. Movies are very, very, very rarely shot in order. I think the film Roma was shot in order, but movies are very rarely shot in order because it doesn't make sense to haul all that equipment and all that people all over the place when you have many scenes shot in one location, right? So we would shoot the baseball field scenes, the opening and the closing of the movie at the baseball field, and then we would go to house 1 and shoot that sequence. So think about when you're looking at your pre-production work, what's the best approach? Kind of what kind of schedule do we want to have? Where do we want to shoot things? What order we want to shoot things in? And that's something to think of. Okay, so let's get to the jobs. The 4 jobs that we are really going to focus in on and hammer in on here. The first job that we have is director, right? The director is basically the person who tells everyone what to do. Directors are your quarterback. Directors are the kind of where the buck stops, right? They get all the credit and they get all the blame. Directors are the only job in Hollywood that people who do it, right? You know who Quentin Tarantino is, you know who Steven Spielberg is. No one knows the name of a camera operator or a director of photography or an editor, right? No one knows those people. They know directors. So directors are in charge of everyone. They make the decisions. They are the ones who are going to carry the storyboard, and they are the ones who are, like, as you can see Weston doing with JJ here, moving him into position. No. Get over here on this side of Bree, right? This is how the storyboard looks, right? He's going to check in the camera with his camera operator, see how it looks. Like I said, you may need to move people where they need to be. It's a lot easier to do that than saying like, back up, step left, step left, step left. That takes too long. Just gently come over here, stand here, right here. See that spot on the ground, put your toes there, make a mark, things like that. Directors need to explain to the camera operators and the actors the order that things will occur in, right? So if it's a shot where like, okay, camera operator, you're looking at the ground. Actor, when I call action, you step in and put your feet there, and then camera operator, when the feet go there, tilt up to the face, right? They're looking at the storyboard and converting it from paper into real world movements and actions and conveying that information to the whole crew, right? So the directors are explaining order of operations, telling camera operators, right? You need to move your camera this way. Actors, first, she tells you the information, then you spit your water out, then she slaps you, whatever it is, right? So they're kind of telling what's on the storyboard and giving that information out to everyone. They're explaining the goal of the scene, right? The feelings, the emotions that we're trying. This is a sad scene. This is a happy scene. This is an exciting scene, right? Trying to tell the actors kind of what emotions they need to have. Directors are the ones who call action, which we're going to do a whole thing on next class, how to call action and how to use a slate. But the other thing, the big thing for directors is they're the ones who decide whether or not you got the shot, right? When the shot is done, when they call cut, right, they can decide like, we got it, let's move on to shot 7 now or whatever it is. Or, you know what, I don't think that was very good, let's do it again. or I think we can do better, or let's, whatever it is. They're the ones who call cut if an actor's struggling with a line. They're the ones who say, nah, cut, 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 roll back, try it again. All right, let me give Cherish a ring here. Cherish, I can see her. Let's invite her. Boom. All right, should be ringing her. So directors, like I said, they're the ones who call action and cut, and they're the ones who decide when a shot is working or not. Okay, so they're the head honchos. Job number 2 is a camera operator. Camera operators need to be like creatures of habit. Camera operators double check everything. That's what I always say. They are the double checkers, I guess. I don't know. When you get out on set, if we were at school, the first thing that a camera operator needs to do is to make sure your tripod is level, right? Because as you can see here in the back ramp, that's very uneven ground. So you need to adjust and look at the bubble and make sure it's nice and level so you have a nice perfect shot. They need to make sure the brightness is okay. They need to adjust the exposure, which is something you can do on a phone. They need to make sure the focus is right so that your actors are nice and sharp and not blurry. They need to make sure the audio is working, because it's really bad if you go out to shoot a scene and you don't have your microphone turned on and you don't realize it, and you shoot a great scene and you get back in the classroom and you're like, oh, there's no audio, it's garbage. I had students a couple years ago who went to film an interview with the principal. They set up an appointment like 2 weeks in advance, and they're waiting to do this documentary, and they go in, they get this like half-hour interview with the principal, and they didn't have their microphone on, so it was just garbage. And the principal, and the documentary was doing like 3 days. Principal didn't have any more free time. They just didn't have it. So camera operators need to make sure that audio is working if you're using a microphone. Camera operators need to make sure the camera is rolling. I've seen times when students have been filming and they think they push record and maybe they miss it, or whatever the case is. Or maybe they double push it and they don't realize it. So it's like start, stop. And they're not recording and they don't get a shot they thought they had. They get back in, they're like, where is it? It's gone. That's happened before. Camera operators, I always say, don't look at the actors when you're looking at the screen. They just need to be shapes to you. You want to look at the edge of the screen when you're a camera operator. You want to make sure there's no weird kid in the background coming in and flipping the camera off way in the background, or someone who kind of walks in and then, we'll get out of the shot, right? You need to look at the edge. That's where the errors occur. Maybe you accidentally left your tripod over there, and as you pan over, the tripod's in the shot, or some other bit of equipment, or another crew member, or your director, right? If you're so locked into watching your actors, you might not notice the weird thing that just snuck into the corner of the shot. And the other thing camera operators need to do is make sure there's no reflections. If you're shooting near a car windows are notorious for showing the reflections, of the metal of the car even can show the reflections of the crew. The windows by Mr. Atkins' room are notorious for this as well, because they're in the dark and then the kids are in the sunlight, and that really makes your reflection bounce really hard. So camera operators, they need to get in this habit. Basically every single shot, check for level, check for brightness, check for focus, check for audio, make sure we're rolling, check the background, right? Their job is to kind of double check and make sure that this shot is clean and not ruined. They're not worried about the actor's performance. They're not worried about any of that other stuff. They're just making sure that the move is correct, the focus is good, and just getting that shot. Let the director worry about the actors. Let the director worry about the feeling, those kind of things. You focus on making sure the shot is clean and doing the best camera move that you can do if there's a move in that shot. All right. So that's job number 2. Job number 3. Job number 3 is, why does it say getting the crew ready? That's weird. This should say jobs on set. There we go. Job number 3 is actors. Here's a nice shot from a couple years ago of some actors doing some crazy stuff with our stunt pads, right? That wouldn't be in the shot. You would frame it in such a way that you can't see those kind of things. So I always like this kind of stuff of actors doing crazy stuff. Actors are prepared, right? Directors, they tell everyone what to do. Camera operators double check, and actors are prepared. Actors, when they go out and set, they're the ones who are going to carry the screenplay, and that way they can be reviewing and they know their lines. In Hollywood, if you can't get a line, you always have to forget your lines, and it takes you 7, 8 times to get a take. Directors are going to start being like, this guy does not come ready. Let's not hire him for the next project, right? In our situation, same thing. Not only are people not going to want to let you act in their productions anymore, but you're just wasting time, and time is precious. We only have so many days to make a project, and if it takes us half an hour to get a shot that should take us 5 minutes, we've wasted 25 minutes, and that's, you know, a pretty significant amount of time when we only have 5 hours to make a movie. That's, you know, a tenth of our time. So they need to know their lines. They need to have them locked in as they go. So that's why they carry the screenplay. Actors need to have their costumes when we're at school. And if we're working on a multi-day project, like let's say that on one day I'm wearing this black shirt with the orange and red flowers, and we shoot shots 1 through 10, and then we come back the next day and we're going to shoot shots 11 through 20, and I'm wearing a white shirt. Well, then all of a sudden between shots 10 and 11, my shirt is going to change and it's going to look really, really bad. And everyone's going to notice it. And so actors need to remember to either bring a costume they change into just for this production, or to bring that same set of clothes back. I suggest leaving a set of clothes in the classroom with us. Like I've got my closet that locks, and then you can go change in the sound booth or in the bathroom or something like that. And so that's kind of the best way to ensure that you always have the same costume every day. So they're prepared, they have their props, they have their costume. Actors need to be loud is the next point. I hate it when I see students acting, you know, outside especially, but inside or outside, where the director will call action, and then the actors come up and they go, "Hey man, you going to that party tomorrow?" "Yeah man, I'm going to that party. Okay. Yeah, see you there. Goodbye." And then the director says cut, and then the actors go, "Oh man, that was a really good take. I think that's the best one we've done." Like, why are you yelling now in real life and whispering on camera? Like, I need you loud on camera. You can always turn the volume down. That's easy. Turning the volume up makes it sound like garbage. So we need to make sure that we're nice and loud. I'm doing my best. You just wait, hon. It's about to get crazy here in a second here. You got to be loud. You got to project, right? Actors, especially stage actors, they know about projecting their voice and being nice and loud. Actors are energetic, right? The worst is when like there's the first movie that we make, there's a scene where it says he turns to the camera and is terrified, and I have students, they turn to the camera and they go like that. I'm like, that doesn't look like terrified, that looks like you saw a blimp. Like, like you're like the least interested person on the planet. When it says turn to the camera and be terrified, right, you need to turn to the camera and you need to freak out. Or if it says be scared, you need to be, oh my god, I don't know what to do with myself, I'm a wreck, you know, whatever it is. You got to dial it up and be energetic, and don't try to be subtle with it, right? Maybe if you're a theater arts major and you're a senior in college, then you can start to kind of let your eyes tell how sad you are. But right now, when the script says sad, like let's dial it up to 11 and be sad. Don't try to just like be too cool for school. Like it says be terrified, but no, man, that's the other thing. Be agreeable, right? I've had kids where I'm definitely not an actor. I'm a terrible actor. I'm an editor, first and foremost. But be agreeable, right? I hate when I say the script says cry, and then I hear somebody like, nah, man, I ain't gonna cry. I don't cry. Nah. It's like, come on, like just we need this. Like even in DVTV, I've had kids be like, I don't want to do that. I'm like, it's not about what you want to do. That's not where we're at right now. It's about what the movie needs, and I need someone to cry. And you're the actor, so it's on you. So yeah, be agreeable, right? Do your best. We know that it's not really you. You're not actually an 80-year-old grandma falling down the stairs or whatever the scene is, right? And the people who end up being the best actors, the people who put it out there and get crazy with it. And the other thing for actors is don't stop acting. Just because you flub a little line, try and push through and recover. Maybe you trip a little bit, like literally trip. Try and push through. If the director thinks it's bad, they'll call cut. One of the classic ones is I found it here earlier. I don't know if you guys saw Django, and I don't know. Let's see if I can open view image. Here we go. This one here. Can I blow it up? When you see the blood, when Leo smashes the table, he wasn't like, that's not in the script, and he actually cuts his hand on a glass that was broken. He doesn't call cut because he's bleeding. He actually, I think he like licks it in the scene. And that's the take they used, right? Because Leo doesn't stop when he cuts himself. He just keeps, none of the other actors stop. None of the other actors are like, oh my God. I mean, they just roll with it. And that's the take they use because it's so good. It feels like more dangerous and more real. It's real blood. It's not fake. And there's a number of these kind of moments in film history where an accident ends up making it into the final cut because it's so much better. So actors, you don't get to stop acting just because you flub a line. You stop acting when the director says cut. And the director is the only one who gets to say cut. Directors, you need to take care of your actors, right? If they're really struggling, don't leave them hanging out there to dry, right? Directors, call cut when they're struggling. Actors, don't screw up your directors. Try and push through if you can. And don't stop acting until that director says cut. It's a balance. It's a give and take, right? And that's why you see a lot of directors and actors that work together for multiple projects because they find a nice working relationship, like Wes Anderson and Bill Murray, right? Bill Murray does a lot of Wes Anderson's movies because they like the way that they work together. So that's job 3, actor. The 4th job that we have, I still have not put a picture in. This is my 3rd time doing this lesson. I'm so lazy. Is a grip. You've probably seen grip on credits of movies before. A grip is a person who manipulates things, right? So in our case at school, they're basically an extra set of hands. Anyone who's not acting in a scene that's not the director and not the camera operator is a grip. You might be an audio grip holding the boom mic. You might be a lighting grip. You might get a light and hold it out of the shot to add some more dramatic lighting onto whatever the scene may be, right? You'd be out there, not in the shot. You might be, like I said, throwing fake snow just outside the frame so things fall on me when I'm acting, or maybe you hold the fan that blows the woman's luxurious hair as she flings it, right? Whatever it is, right? That's the grip's job. They manipulate things outside the frame of the movie. Put up like lighting grips, hang lights. In Hollywood, dolly grips push the dolly cart so the camera moves. We don't have specific grips. We just have grips that just kind of cover everything. If we're at school, they'd be the person who, at the beginning of the period, they go back to the camera closet and get the equipment from the TA, and then they keep track of it all throughout the period. When you're outside shooting, got to make sure that you have the tripod, the bag, the boom mic, the slate, the camera, the pen, whatever extra equipment you grab, the props, right? The grip is the person who kind of keeps everything organized and not lost, which is really important. We don't want to lose equipment. It's very expensive and you don't want to get charged for it. So grips have kind of a big monetary value hanging on their head to make sure they don't lose anything. Right. So grips, extra set of hands, and like kind of the jack of all trades, right? They kind of just do what needs to be done to make the shot work. Keeping things safe, hold a light, do whatever needs to be done. Throw there's a movie we do called The Note, where a note falls, could fall from anywhere, could fall from heaven, could fall out of someone's pocket, could get thrown, right? They're the person who's gonna manipulate those props and manipulate that frame of the movie world. I like to tell people, right, this right here, this little border edge, that's the world you create. But right outside the frame, right here, there could be something that you don't see, right on the edge, right outside here. Typically in Hollywood, there's all right outside, sight unseen, and that's all the grip's doing. They build all that stuff, they coordinate all that stuff. So those are our 4 jobs. Directors tell everyone what to do. They carry the storyboard and they organize. They're the ones who call action and cut. Camera operators, they double check everything. They're like quality control, making sure the image looks good, because that's what we're really out here to do, is to capture images. Actors, they're prepared. They know their lines. They don't stop acting. They're loud and energetic. And then grips take care of all the extra pieces, right? They carry equipment, make sure nothing's lost, and keep everyone together and on track. So those are our 4 jobs. For our exit ticket today, you guys are going to do a Flipgrid. I hope you guys have done some Flipgrids in other classes. You guys are going to do a Flipgrid, a quick little short video that you post about which of those 4 jobs interests you and why. Which one do you think that you want to do the most and why? So we'll do that as an exit ticket in a few moments. What was I going to say about exit tickets and Flipgrid? I don't remember. Oh, that's what I was going to say. I'm going to put this PowerPoint in our team. So let's copy that link, make a new conversation, in the post section and call it jobs on set, paste. There we go. So you can refer back to the PowerPoint if you need to, right there, production jobs, booyah. We got 2 more things to do today before we go. Quick one here. As I was thinking about us making our movies shortly here, I was like, first off, we're trying to make movies by ourselves, which is a whole can of worms that I've never had to deal with. Second off, like, we're gonna need tripods to do that. So I have a couple options for you guys for tripods for movies. Now, you guys can buy one, which I mean, kind of stinks. I don't want to make anyone buy one. That's the best option. If you have a little tripod like mine, like a phone tripod, that's really, really good. Perfect. If your family has a regular tripod, and then actually, I think I have a post in our Teams section. If not, I'm going to put it there. I'll put all the links to everything I'm going to show you guys here in a second. Let's see here. So here on Amazon, actually, let's just go big with it. I found this phone tripod for 15 bucks. So that's a good idea if you want to buy one. Amazon's got them really cheap. Target might have them, but you know, you can see the price that Amazon has them at 15. I wouldn't try and spend more than 15 or $20 on a phone tripod. If your family already has like a regular camera tripod, you can search for iPhone tripod mount, and you can get something like this. And that way this attaches to a tripod, and then you can just put your phone in it. You know, obviously it doesn't have to be an iPhone, it can be any kind of phone. And I've had a couple of these at school and they work really well. So if you already have a tripod, all you need really is the phone mount. And that's a good solution. If you have a real camera and tripod, use that and don't use your phone. If you don't want to spend any money, we got options for that too. Let's see here. So here's what I did. I went and looked for options if you don't, DIY options. Option 1, if you have a selfie stick, right? This is not a selfie stick. This is a monopod, but like pretend it's a selfie stick, right? And if you got a selfie stick, you just get like a jug of water or soda or something like that, fill it up with rocks or water or whatever, and then bungee cord your selfie stick to it, and then it'll just stand up once you, there you go. See, there's my thing, standing, I'm not holding it. You know, you can put your camera on there and you can get your shots, whatever you want. So that's pretty, you know, you just duct tape that stick to that thing. It's pretty solid, you know, it's pretty good. It's not going to go anywhere unless you really whack it. But that's just because I've got a bungee cord. I think if you had duct tape, it would still stay up. If you want to go real cheap, these, cut a little hole in it, right? Like that. Take your phone, blammo. Look at that. There you go. Tripod status. Stands up, nice and flat. Still got to figure out a way to get it up the ground. But, you know, bring a chair with you. You know, something like that might work. That's cheap. If you got a cup, you know, so red cup, turn into a tripod real cheap. You want to go real cheap. I got this one for you. Check this out. That's just a paper towel roll and a paper plate. I did a test run of it. I'm going to put the link to this if you want to try and build that. But I did a test with a toilet paper tube. So you just cut this kind of shape out of it, right? And then you squish it back to regular. It's kind of getting beat up now because I've been using it a lot. So you might want to make a couple, but there you go. See? Boom. Tripod stands up on his own as long as he's got a good balance there, right in the middle of it. So you can do that. What else was my other option? Binder clip. This one's a little scary, I'm not gonna lie. Yeah, Hans got to look at one. Yeah, so you get a binder clip, kind of try and bend it a little bit so it's not so strong, you know, and then you can put your phone in the binder clip, and then this flat part will rest on a chair or whatever flat surface you have, and you'll have a shot. My hand's just not flat enough to make it happen, but when I do it on a, there we go, like Right, see, stands up real nice right over there. All right, so that's an option as well. Those are my free options I've got for you. I would really, I mean, and this is kind of handy, not gonna lie. This has saved me a number of times. You know, when you're shooting family pictures, or you know, everyone comes over for the holidays or whatever, and you want to picture everybody. This just makes life easy. And a lot of them come with the little remote shutters too. I saw one for $16 that came with the remote shutters. You know, and I've got a XR and it fits my phone. So you might want, if you got a Max or whatever, you might want to double check, but I think any kind of regular Android or iPhone will work. Let's see here. Let me put that post with all the tripod stuff in our team. That way I put a bunch of links in there to different things. So let me add this post here, period 3, boom. All right, so you guys should see it in our period 3 posts section, maybe. I'll just post it again in a second if it's not there. And what I need to really do is make the assignment for it. This is gonna be our first assignment in the second quarter, is to, oops, I just don't want, I want to from existing, use from here, boom, tripods. The assignment is to attach a picture of the tripod you will be using as we make movies. It can be homemade or store-bought. If you need help making a tripod, I made a post in our team about making tripod resources. If you ordered something off Amazon and it hasn't arrived by the due date, you can take a picture of the item purchased screen, and that will work as well. And so I would like us to either create or procure, borrow from someone, or purchase a tripod by this Friday, the 6th. So I'm going to assign that to you guys. Hi, Violet. So that's kind of our assignment for the week. Let me throw that here at the bottom. Homework is tripods. And now to get to our exit ticket, we are going to attempt this. Let's see here. We got something blinking off in chat. Let's see what's going on here. I think it's just blinking at me for whatever. Yeah, I just searched for DIY tripods and stuff. And there's a couple, you know, some of them are like, oh, just buy some PVC pipe and a screw and this and that. I'm like, at that cost, you might as well just buy the $15 one from Amazon and have a real one. But yeah, I was thinking for free, like free. Okay, so the last thing that we got to do is an exit ticket. So here is what I'm going to do. I am going to go to Flipgrid and period 3 and click share and copy this and paste it here in the chat. And I can even do this if you're, I have 2 ways for you to do this. So one is, I don't know if you guys have done Flipgrids before. A bunch of teachers are like, oh, you got to use them. They're so great. And I was like, okay, sure, let's give it a shot. Plus, like, we're shooting movies and I want to start shooting stuff. So with the Flipgrid, you click it, you log in with your Microsoft email, which is the student ID number at student.antiochschools.net. And it should take you to this topic here, which is asking which role and why. And so I'm asking you to shoot a little movie of yourself. Of the 4 roles on set that we talked about today, director, camera operator, actor, and grip, which one interests you and why? I said try to film your answer in a cinematic way, so maybe upside down or with some cool lighting, or you know, maybe arc it, or maybe you know, do it in a super tight close-up. I don't know. You don't have to do it. You don't have to do it in a cinematic way. I'm just saying, like, let's try and start getting crazy with a camera because that's what we do. And I want you guys, as soon as you are done filming and submitting that Flipgrid, you are clear to go. I think, like I said, you should be able to click that link, and you can even just use the laptop camera to do it, or you can look at that QR code with your phone, and then it will load the Flipgrid link on your phone, and you can submit it directly from your phone. You can even film, like, just using your regular recording, like just record the video here and then just upload that to Flipgrid. So if you just like to work in here, you can do that. But I think that that's going to be how we do an exit ticket. So you guys go ahead and film that, just quick little 1 minute, 30 second, 1 minute thing. Which role interests you and why. And once you submit that, you are clear to go. I'll hang here to answer questions about Flipgrid or about whatever else, but you guys can film that and then take off. Hopefully it works. Fingers crossed.
Mr. O,
Yes, sir.
so we talk about one or all four of the roles.
Which one interests you the most?
Oh, and then we talk about it, like
And
recording
say,
and
and
everything.
why? Why does that one interest you?
All right.
All right. Set an alarm here. League of Legends team playing today. Let's see who they're playing against. Northview High School, 4 o'clock. Gonna be streaming. Gonna be streaming it. I hope. Okay, let's see if we can get those tripod things to show up. Why aren't they showing up? That's why. There we go. Target's so expensive. Let's try Walmart. Here we go. Oh, shipped and sold. No, in store only.
Mr. Oath,
Yes.
what's going? Instead of turning it in the way you said, can I just tell you on here, like screen share?
Why can't you figure it out?
No, it's just better, and I want to
Nah,
show you a
it's not.
couple of things.
It's not better. Not better.
I can screen share here and tell you why.
Come
Yeah,
on, man. Come on, man.
please.
No.
Come on.
This is the first one. First one, you're gonna do the right way. After that, maybe we can talk. But I want to see you get one done the right way.
Come on.
Here, let me show you that graphics card.
Oh yeah, yeah, yeah.
This thing did me right for a long time.
Yeah. 3 fans.
It's got three display ports, one HDMI, and two DVI. DVI is kind of old. Display port's the way to go. But I did
Yeah.
I played VR in this and everything.
How was it like?
It was decent. VR is tough on it, to be honest. That was kind of the reason I wanted to upgrade. But like Valorant, you can get a bajillion frames a second on this thing.
Gotcha.
Yeah, they go for like 100 on eBay, so you can do 100. And then, like I said, I got that extra dual
Cool.
all-in-one cooler for the CPU.
Yeah.
What is he going, AMD or Intel?
He has an Intel right now, old Intel. He has a i7 2700K. That's it.
Yeah. Oh, 20. That's funny. I had a 20. I just upgraded from my 2500K. That's funny.
Yeah.
Yeah, dude, you can overclock it nice with the water cooling. Like I had my 2500K overclocked.
Yeah. It's an old one, but it still runs.
Yeah,
He just needs a better graphics card.
this ran with my 2500K for like 5 years. Not even, maybe not that long. Because I got this. I don't even remember when I got this. I got this a couple years ago for my for Christmas.
Yeah. Yeah, I definitely want to buy it, but it's just I told Junior if he could pick it up. He said he's gonna be busy this whole week, so I don't know.
Well,
He said he'll let me know.
where do you live?
Behind Walmart.
That's not far. I'll drive it over there for you.
Yeah.
Yeah, if you PayPal me first,
I got you.
and then like let me know about that cooler. I think I could do it for what did I say, 60?
60.
Yeah, because all-in-one coolers are like $100. I think I
Yeah.
can do it for 60.
I
Maybe
think
I'll
my
even.
brother has it's water cooled, but it's all black. You can't see it. It's one of those.
Oh, he already has a cooler.
Yeah.
Oh,
I don't know
okay,
if
then
he
never
wants
mind.
a new one though.
I mean,
But
it's
yeah.
not new. It's an old one, but like I thought he was just using the stock.
Yeah.
Stock. I thought you were building a whole new machine. You're just trying to upgrade the video card.
Yeah.
Yeah, get going on that exit ticket, brother.
Yeah. Are you familiar with one of these cameras, Michelle?
Which camera?
These?
Hang on 1 second. Let me answer Kiara here. And then Abraham, it's let's see, is he still around? Can't really tell. This thing's weird. Yeah, Abraham's here. I mean, come on. Let's do this. Student ID at student.antiochschools.net email address. Yeah, so Abraham, you go to the link, you sign in with your student email address, film the video, hit submit, and you're done. It should be pretty walkthroughable. I mean, they have my second grade son, his class does exit tickets, so I think it should be pretty self-explanatory. I need to stop recording. I wonder if I can trim that later.